Sorry, I think.
How are you doing? How have you been since morning?
Yeah, great. It was a hectic morning for me.
Mm-hmm.
I had the marriage to attend.
Okay.
So it was right in the opposite direction. So battling traffic to and fro, and then coming back, quickly finishing off the housework. And
Mm.
since we were going to connect at 12, I was particular that I should be here at 12 so that I don't
Mm.
see.
Right, right.
But
Yes. Mhm.
for one of my friends, I was checking out this English speaking. So I just happened to see your video. And I don't know how or what or why. I just liked it so much. I mean, I just
Okay,
cannot
thank you.
find that what was the reason because there were other people also, but I don't know how and what. So then I thought that let me, then I saw you speaking to people, and then I liked that format very much. That's
Mm. Mm.
interesting. So then I thought that okay, let me try out if this works.
Mm.
So that's how. Then now I'll get back to my friend and I'll tell her to also get in touch with you
Yes, yes.
because
Sure,
to
sure.
polish her English, she is a lecturer. So
Mm.
and she doesn't have time because of her busy schedule. So she was
Yes,
looking out
yes.
for something where like within the given time where she has time, she can manage
Mm.
something to polish her
Mm.
English.
Yes, yes.
So that's what.
Mm.
So
Yes. Before
that
we
is
go ahead, I would like to know something about you. Please introduce
yeah
yourself.
yeah. My name is Sheila, and by qualification, I have done my PG in sociology,
Okay,
and
nice.
I was working for soon after my PG. I was working as a lecturer in the same college where I did my PG and graduation. And then post marriage, this is in Madhya Pradesh because I was born in Tamil Nadu because I belong to Tamil Nadu. I am a Tamilian by know.
Okay.
So I was born in Tamil Nadu, but my father was working in Madhya Pradesh coal mines. So I was brought up there,
Okay.
and my studies were like Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. My schooling I did in Maharashtra, and my college and graduation and PG in Madhya Pradesh. So post marriage, I shifted to Chennai. Once I came to Chennai, what happened was that there was no scope for this sociology much here.
Mm.
Then for 2 years, I didn't know what to do because there I was fully occupied and it was like, a known setup and everything was going clockwise.
Yes,
Then
yes.
suddenly I had to shift and then I waited for 2 to 3 years. And then suddenly one of my friends suggested market research. He
Mm-hmm.
said, it's a freelance first. Since I had, good knowledge of English, Hindi, and Tamil. So that worked for me. So
Mm.
then started off slowly, and then for from 2000, no, sorry, 1996 till 2010, I was in market research.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
so
nice.
I am a jack of all trade kind of a thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
After
that is how,
2010,
yeah.
after
Because
2010, you did this. After that,
after that, what happened? Actually, my parents were with me, my mother and father. They were staying
okay.
with me because I have only one son. He's 26 years old. So he is in Amazon Web Services. So they took care of his, totally they took care of his upbringing. So I was like, really, it was a blessing in disguise for me because my job involved a lot of traveling in market research. And then
Mm.
I had to do it also because at that time there was a financial constraint also. So I had to go out to work. So that's how. And now I'm doing it for my own passion because all that
Mm.
studying and all is now, oh, it is
Mm.
past. And my son is also has a job, so he's well settled. So now I don't need that much of like he doesn't need support from me.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm. Like,
It's been
you
an
feel kind of, the struggle kind of pays off at the end when everything, settles down.
luckily I struggled when I had age in my side. So
Yes, yes.
I didn't know it as a because I could run about and literally I was running. because I used to stay around 3 days, 4 days, 1 week. But that time it was necessary. So, but since it were my parents, I didn't have to bother about even one thing really. My son's basic education, of course, I was there, but still, like nothing like your own parents.
Yes.
It just
Yes, exactly.
And I
You
only
are
have a
blessed.
younger
You're
sister.
very lucky.
Really, that's what. I only have a younger sister, so I don't have brothers. So my parents also, they didn't have any other thing. So they were also with, and it was a kind of a, mutual arrangement. Neither were they dependent on me, nor was I dependent on me. We were interdependent. So my father passed away in 2011, my mother in 2012. So I was happy that I would keep them till the end, and so I still feel for them because those past 10 years, your parents know you are greedy.
That
You
void,
are
that void will always be there in your life. Nothing like parents.
correct. So now what happens is now I have a lot of free time because we are only three of us. My husband is a mechanical engineer by profession. He has his own consultancy service. And now all three of us, each of us in one room. So now I have a lot of time. What I do is I take Hindi classes. Here there is a
Hindi.
lot of spoken Hindi and all those Sabha exams, all that.
Yes.
So my hands are full.
So you learned Hindi in school, like reading, writing, everything.
Because I was brought up in the north, so it came to me naturally. That was our second language by default. I didn't know the value of that time, but after coming here, I realized that I really have a magic wand in my hand, which really worked for me. Because I just started off as I was not very sure. I said, okay, let me see how this works. My husband said, you don't know, it is a magic box that you have because here there is demand for Hindi. So from segments, children, youngsters, women, and office goers, men, everybody. So that keeps me thinking.
Only the spoken part, or do you also teach them to read and write?
Both. Spoken as well as I prepare children for Sabha exams.
It's, because you have been working all your life, still you have that stamina and the courage to do all this even now, right? Otherwise, it's very difficult if you didn't have a practice of working.
Yeah, maybe I'm made that way. I can't sit now. I can't just sit simply. That is my problem.
I think you have a lot of energy. You need to pass some to me.
No, seeing your conversation, I liked it so much. And so I told I can't put a finger and say this, but something connected. I don't know what, even now.
Thank you. Thank you so much for connecting. I'm feeling really happy talking to you because I spent 1 year in Chennai. I did my 10th standard in Chennai. Okay, and do you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah, sure. Sorry,
we didn't do that part.
Kept on talking about myself.
That's okay, no issues. I'm currently working as a spoken English trainer for an online platform that's called as engtalki, English Talking. So I'm working there. And I am a software engineer. I've completed my engineering in computer science. So after college, I worked for a few years in the software industry. After that, I had to move to some other place, and my parents were very orthodox. They were not ready to allow me to go shift as a single. They just wanted to, wanted me to get married first. So after getting married, I moved somewhere else to some other country. So it did not have much scope for software. So I stopped working as a software engineer. So now, around 5 to 6 years back, we came back to India. I had my children and they're grown up. They are in school now. So I have free time and I do not have the courage to work full time because I don't have the practice for it. And it's difficult to find full time work sitting at home. So I thought I'll do this with freelancing, and I feel that I can help other people also learn the language. And it's pretty easy for me. I like, taking things easy and stress free and have a peaceful environment. Do not stress to your family also much about it. So I'm happy doing this. And in my 10th, we, mm, yes, for 1 year I lived in Chennai. I studied in St. John's Matriculation School, which is in Aluvarti Nagar, for 1 year.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I have a close relationship to Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I moved like a T Nagar, shopping, stores. I remember everything. Yeah.
I right at the shopping hub of that is Srinagar in Chennai.
Yes, yes, yes. That was, I think, 98. It was in 98. So I think now there will be a lot of crowd.
You can't recognize now. You can't recognize.
Mm,
I myself can't recognize
mm.
because see, now I am no more in Chennai. Yeah? I have shifted. Sorry, I didn't tell you this. I have shifted to Coimbatore in
Okay.
six. Okay, I
Okay.
think mine is a very big story. Yeah? I think you can take a movie. I
Yeah.
recall you telling somewhere that you are a great movie buff. I am just the opposite.
Yes, yes. Go ahead. I love listening to stories, real life stories. So you can share your story if you want to.
No, actually, I came to Chennai. Post marriage, I came to Chennai. That was in 90. I got married in 93. Okay, by the way, I'm 57. Okay.
Mhm.
So I moved to Chennai in 93. I was there in Chennai till 2005. What happened was I got married and my husband passed away in 99 in a road accident in Chennai
Mm.
when he was traveling. It was a hit and run case. My
Yes, sir.
son was just 2 years old.
Mm.
We tried to revive him, but then we couldn't because he had got hit at that exact place in the head where, like that vital place. So
Yes.
after that, I was working there. My parents were with me, so they were great supporter, solid, rock solid support. And so that's how my parents started taking care of myself, and I was going out to work because I had no other alternative. I had to work. We were there for 6 years post his, like after he passed away, and then my husband's cousin, he said that how long you're going to stay like this? Why don't you think of second marriage? Because your parents are there now, but they will not be with you forever. So once, and everybody is busy in their own family. So you may not feel it now because your son is young. You're spending all your time taking care of your son. But once he grows up, then there'll be an
Mm.
emptiness, which nobody can fill. When you look at others' family, you may feel, like envious. So then he said that why don't you think about it? After 6 years only, then I thought, okay, maybe, from a practical point of view, I should think about it, if not from any other point of view. So then in 2005 only, it entered my head seriously. And another thing is my boss. I was working in market research agency in Chennai. My boss, he's a phenomenal person. Even till date, I'm in touch with him. He's like a pakka guide, philosopher, friend for me. He was the one who
Mm.
said, you don't feel bad that there's nobody for you. I will go and do all that initial scanning. If you happen to like choose somebody, I will go find out who the inquiry because my parents are pretty old and
Yes.
my mother belongs to that era. So for her, this was a major step. She was a typical old school mom.
Mm.
And she had said, what will our relatives say? That is the thing that enters
Mm.
first.
Yes.
So, uh, and I had a few good people, one of my cousin, he said, let me put up, your this thing in Tamil matrimony. Let us see if
Yes.
something good comes up. Then let us see. So he was the one who subscribed it for me and he said, let us see how it works. And the very first thing that I got, it clicked. So
Mm.
he was in Coimbatore. My only hit was in shifting from Chennai to Coimbatore because I was used to
Wonderful.
Chennai. But then, like my boss told me that see, good things when they come, you will have to take it with both hands. Don't think twice. Maybe you don't know this may be an opportunity. So just, put everything in God's hand and dive in. So then I
Mm.
came, my sister's husband, I came and visited the in Coimbatore. And it is generally
Mm.
the boy visiting the girl. This time it was the ulta.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
he was a divorcee and he has his own house and everything. So he was also like, so our wavelength matched. And then in 2006,
Mm.
we got married. And I brought my parents also here because they were also pretty old. So the same
Mm.
setup from Coimbatore. Nothing changed.
Mm.
They took the house, like, and I still used to travel and everything. So after 2010, once my mother became completely immobile, then I had to take a back seat because I couldn't travel there. So then I thought that that job is too hectic. I'll have to look for some other jobs. So in between, I kept exploring this Hindi also, because if it suddenly if it doesn't work, what if I leave that also and I don't have anything in hand? So side by side, I was working from home. When I shifted to Coimbatore, it was said that you can work from home once a month. You come to Madras office and report. That is it. Anyhow, travel means you will be traveling. So I really had it was a cakewalk for me because of these people. So now, see, it's been so many years now. So now I am real.
You have a lot of courage, I must say, right? To fight all the odds. You did things for yourself. Having such a small son, I can't even imagine the trauma that you must have gone through in the initial years.
Initially, it didn't sink in at all because it took some time to register. Moreover, I didn't have that option of what do you call crying at all. You won't believe I didn't shed one tear. The reason was I had a 2-year-old son and my mother, who was mentally very weak. Suppose I cried in front of my mother, she will break. Because as it is, she would have gone. I was thinking not for myself, I was thinking for my mother that what will happen to her? How will she take this? Rather than, thinking about me. How will she take this? That was my priority that time. Plus, I had a son. So he was very small. He didn't even know what was happening. So, but in a way, it was good that, like God gives you the courage. When that time comes, from somewhere you will get it. Because we haven't gone until we don't go through something, we won't know. We think that, I am unfit. But once you are thrown in the deep waters, you will swim and come out. Isn't it? That is human tendency.
Very nice thoughts you have shared. When you throw yourself in deep sea, you learn to swim. It's a very nice thing because we always underestimate ourselves that we can't do this. But unless you are just put into that situation, I know a friend who was very scared of driving a bike. So all her life, her dad dropped her to school, and once suddenly after so many years, she's grown, she's go to job. Even then, her dad drops her, or she takes her auto rickshaw, or something of that sort. Suddenly, her dad died overnight. She was so unprepared for it, and now she's learned to drive, and she takes care of the entire family. Sudden shift. She tells the same thing. Unless you find that there is no other way, you won't learn it. But you have to believe you can do it.
Correct. That's what I tell people that see, if I can do it, means it is humanly possible. So anybody can do it. You should only have that willpower and it should be your priority at that time. If it is not your priority, it will not happen. Be it any time. That is it, isn't it? It is always a matter of prioritizing things.
Exactly. Yes. Because we don't put ourselves at priority first.
I'm saying that is what. But now, what happens is when sometimes I take these what do you call it, guest classes for college students on because I have done my certificate course in communication development, public speaking rather.
Very good.
So sometimes I take these guest lectures for colleges, online guest lectures. Most of the children, the question that all those girls, the question they ask me is like, how do how do you prioritize yourself? How to prioritize yourself?
Yes.
Because we are that way, we are made that we put others' needs before our needs.
All the time, yeah.
All the time, I said, then see, if you have chosen it, means then you have to be happy. You shouldn't complain. So while choosing, you have to be very careful what you are choosing. Do all your pros and cons, ticks and crosses, and then choose. Once you have chosen, stick to it. Don't feel bad about it because you have laid your bed. No, so you have to lie on it. No use complaining, isn't it? Because I was the one who chose it. Correct? I shouldn't complain that is bad, this is bad, isn't it?
Yes, but sometimes you don't have that opportunity, right? That situations decide some things for you, where you are not given the choice to accept something or to choose something, right? Some other people decide things for you, and situations are such that you have to go with the flow, and you cannot do what you want to do. So how do you
Yeah,
convince yourself later in life that, maybe I would have done better, or maybe if
you
I
got
had taken that choice, it would have been better?
you are right. You are right. But when do other people take decision for you? When you don't have, when they feel that you are not that empowered or you're not that powered that you can take a right decision on your own. Okay, maybe at that time we are not in that, in that phase. After some time, we should slowly see that how to, make do with it, or how to, at least chota, small changes you can do so that even you are happy, even they are happy. This is what is compromise, isn't it? Where both the parties feel that they are happy. What else to do, isn't it? I don't know whether I'm
Mm.
making sense or not.
No, no, you are.
But
Yeah.
I feel that if that means when you are, that means you have given the power to somebody to take your decisions, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, maybe kind of I can say, because
Uh,
even your decisions can be forceful also sometimes.
correct. No, I agree. I agree. It can be forceful
Because
because
when
not.
you are a girl or when you are a woman, people tend to force the decisions on you. And sometimes it happens, situations are like that, or maybe mindset is like that, that you have to accept and you don't have the courage, enough courage to fight back or put out your opinions.
But then slowly we have to make headway without offending the other person. If the other person matters to you a lot, then without offending the other person, slowly inch your way. I still feel that, at least some progress can be done. If not 100%, some
Mm.
progress. Because with time, people mellow down, right? For example,
Yeah.
you have a dominating husband, because in most cases
Mm.
I have heard people that they have a dominating husband. Then what is to be done? Then we
Mm.
have to be patient.
Mm.
Patience is the only tool. Then and all this comes from my mother. My mother was an ex. She was a 10th pass. Those days metric. Huh? My mother, but
Very good.
her teaching skills were excellent. Though she didn't go out. She didn't go out of the house. But how much she taught me. Maybe it is her things that she has taught me in life that has really helped me. Maybe she knew that my daughter's going to go through all this, so she needs this. I don't know what do you call it,
Mm.
or it is pure fate or luck or whatever. She used to tell me that don't put yourself in a situation where you blame yourself. And when you are given a chance, make best use of that chance. Even when we used to sit and play carrom board at home, our family, all me, my mother, my father, my sister, me and my mother used to be in one side, my father and my sister. If I take the striker, no, she'll tell me that don't just play for the sake of playing. Aim. See which coin you're going to pocket. See where it is. And not only that, after you, who's going to play? See what you have to think of that person's move also.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah,
had to
she
survive.
prepared you for life.
Exactly, because I had to survive in a male world, in the world
Mm.
of research and ad agencies. Well, it's a male dominated world. Though there are women,
Mm.
I have to push
Mm.
you away. I'll tell you what, I'm not assertive at all. And I
Mm.
was so, what do you call it, introvert. I had to totally change myself, because getting into research and interviewing people, you cannot be introvert and interview people.
Yes, yes.
I had to get out of my comfort zone completely, fully. And but what made me get out of it was that I had my son's, future at stake. So that gave me the power, isn't it? For our children, we can
That's
do anything.
yes, yes. We can do anything for our children. Yeah.
So for me, it was my son. That's it. Okay, I'm going to give him a good future. I'm going to put him in a very good school. For that, I have to earn, and then like money shouldn't be a constraint for him. At least whatever I can do from my side. And plus, I
Yes.
shouldn't, bother my parents also. I should keep them also happy, because
Mm.
it's my turn. Since they have done so much for me, I can't even give back. Of course, whatever I'm
Yes,
paying
yes,
is only
yes.
0.0001% also is not there.
Mhm.
But I
Right, right. Exactly.
uh, looking at your feel, I felt so positive. I felt so positive.
Mhm.
I don't. Then later, I was like, sitting and thinking that why is it that I saw so many videos, I think 5, 6 videos I would have seen. I don't remember the names now. But yours was the only name that stuck in my mind. I
Oh my
was
God.
wondering,
I feel so honored.
I don't know. Because see, I don't know you personally.
Yes, yes, yes.
But then I thought maybe that, is it that South connect somewhere? But I thought that I was not like that. No, I don't.
I don't know.
I don't. That was the only logical thing that I could think of.
Yes, but it sometimes happens. You just strike a chord with someone for unknown reasons. You can't justify it at all.
Yeah. And another thing I'll tell you, something else also that gelled with me was, like you are very simple and what do you call it? No, put-ons. That is another
Yes,
thing
yes.
which really which touched me. No put-ons.
Yes.
Like no put-on accents. Nothing of that sort. So it was
Yes.
plain and simple and easily understandable.
Yes, all the time I've been criticized for being this simple and plain. But I thought this is what I am. If I'm going to come in front of the camera, also I'm going to be me. At least real people will be able to connect with me. If I try to fake it off, I won't be able to do it for a long time. So I like being like this, and I am like this. So if you are attracted, or if you feel like you can gel well with me, so those kind of people will stay with me in a long run.
Correct. Every day doing the same
Yes,
thing.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
then
yes.
you need to unwind yourself also, isn't it? So that
Yes, yes,
we have a supportive family, all that is okay. But each one of us have different tastes, isn't it? Son, he is of a different generation. I can speak to
yes.
him over, lunch or dinner. That is different. Husband, of
Yeah.
course, I speak to my husband, but still they belong to a different this thing, isn't it?
Yes,
Men are
yes, yes,
there. You can't talk about anything and everything to them, isn't it? So then you need,
yes,
a friend circle who you can. So we are like here. We are 4, 5 of us who are irrespective of age. There is no age connection between us. But how we just go out. One afternoon we go out, do window shopping, have lunch, and laugh for no reason. Talk and laugh for no reason. So that is a tonic. So for 1 month, that tonic it will keep us motivated and going. Then again next month and we'll go out shopping, then have a lunch, and again talk. Nobody's judging nobody, and no, like no house dogs, no family dogs, nothing. Laugh, which we don't do at home.
Right, right, right. You gel at a different level with different people. That is why it's so important to socialize, to come out of your walls and talk to people. Yeah.
Correct. Thanks to I was so excited actually since yesterday. I told my husband tomorrow 12 o'clock, nobody should disturb me. I told my son 12 o'clock, you should not call me for anything. 12, I have a session.
So you had a lot of expectations from this conversation. Or you wanted to do it. You were excited about this.
I was very excited.
Yeah. Was I able to live up to your expectation?
More than 100%. More than 100%.
Yes, yes. Okay, I have another session coming up.
You can how happy I am.
Yes, yes, I can. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for connecting. And I would love to talk to you again in the future because I have another session coming up. So another person is waiting. And unfortunately, I have to end the session now.
No, I don't want to keep you. Yeah, yeah.